Evening and welcome to this last if you look at the last league game of the Asia Cup, it is India versus Oman. Oman are playing India for the very first time and India are playing at a new venue for the first time.
Correct. This match is going to be emanating from, of course, the Sheikh Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi. The first two matches that India played, of course, took place in Dubai, so that's definitely something worth keeping an eye on. Slightly different conditions potentially. I don't quite know how it's going to play out, but I think it's fair to say I don't think this Indian team would be too worried about this particular match.
Yeah, see, the Indian cricket team will just have to fine-tune certain things. For example, the main question that everyone is asking, will a Jasprit Bumrah be rested and an Arshdeep Singh coming in? That is the one change that many people are wondering, okay, is it going to happen? But looking at Surya and his template, I don't think it is going to happen in that sense. Because see, this is the second last game that's going to take place at this particular
Correct.
venue. Because look at the scheduling again. Now from this point until 28th, India will play all their games in Dubai. Pakistan will play India on 21st, but on 23rd will play in Abu Dhabi. That is the situation. Sri Lanka, on the other hand, they have been in Abu Dhabi for most of their time.
Correct.
And then they'll get to Dubai for the remainder of the game.
But it's very interesting. You're talking about maybe Sky not changing things. What we're also getting to know is that Arshdeep Singh was one of the first ones actually walking out onto the ground whilst having a chat with the bowling coach as well as the lead physio. Very interesting. I'll have to keep an eye out on this. I don't know. I think this is the kind of game, perfect opportunity to rest any of the players you'd want to. So, yeah, you never really know. I don't think you're changing combination per se, which means that if Bumrah if an Arshdeep comes in, he's only going to most likely be replacing a Bumrah. Because, again, you've been playing with two pacers. And the second pacer is Hardik Pandya. So
I don't know how the pitch is going to be in Abu Dhabi, because has it been more conducive to pace? Yes, it has. Because if you look at the previous game, although the pitch is different, it was Nuwan Tushara who had an impact with 4-for-18 in that particular game.
Even Dasan Shanaka was good in spells with the ball. So, and if you realize that Afghanistan spinners did kind of struggle.
Yes.
Spinners didn't quite look at their best.
So, is it an indication that maybe a spinner will go out and Arshdeep comes in, or Bumrah getting replaced by Arshdeep?
I mean, see, it depends. If they look at the ground, and again, as you said, this is a new pitch, but if they look at the ground and decide that, okay, maybe, a three-pronged spinner tag is in the way to go, then I can easily see a Varun Chakravarthy or a Kuldeep Yadav. Potentially, Varun, I think, would be slightly the favourite here. Sit out, because again, you go with three spinners because you know the conditions are conducive. If they aren't, you're not making.
But if you look at the Indian team and if you look at the opposition, Oman, like how UAE were, they were unable to read Kuldeep and Varun. I don't see what is not stopping them from winning their match against Oman, whom they have had very little exposure. No disrespect to Oman, but then see, they haven't had that much of chances playing against these big guys.
Of course.
Kuldeep, Varun is not a big spinner of the ball, but with the same action, he can move it slightly away or slightly in. UAE will get confounded by that.
And see, what he's also worked on, this is a tactical thing I've noticed a lot with him now, is that obviously, previously he used to be very reliant on what you'd refer to as side spin. Now he's more reliant on overspin, because he realized that his carom ball is not quite turning that much anymore. So the carom ball is a decent enough variation which kind of skids, but it's not turning. So he started relying more on overspinning. And why the overspin is important is because if he's able to overspin his leg break, his googly with the scramble seam is also an overspin ball. It makes it tougher to read out of the hand. Now, if that is the case, then you're right. He's not someone who's a big turner of the ball. But because he has that metronomic consistency, that consistency is something he's worked on a lot. I think in the past 2-3 seasons of IPL also, you're seeing he usually attacks the same line and length. It becomes very tough to read, because then if it comes in or if it goes out, that is the confusing part. But I think this is the kind of game where if they make a change, then it might just be a case of giving the squad players some chance to kind of get some game time under their belt. And let's face it, if Arshdeep does get a game, I'll be very happy. Poor guy has been waiting ages to get a game for India at this point in time.
The host broadcasters are only focusing on Arshdeep Singh, which is an indication that yes, the chances of him playing has increased even further. But whether it will be at the cost of a Bumrah or some other bowler, that we'll have to wait for. for the team sheets, which will be out in the next 8 minutes or so. So just go down a bit, Pawan. It's the center pitch on the square. I just want to look at what is the pitch report that is there. Go down, that only. It's the center pitch on the square for today's match, and Oman have been here since 4 p.m. Clearly eager to play India for the first time. Yep, indeed it has been. But see, India are on a different level altogether when it comes to T20s. I mean, Shivam Dube, he's been part of 33 consecutive T20I wins in his 37 odd playing career.
Yeah.
That is the dominance of Shivam Dube in that sense when he's been with the side. You got batting. So one key question, what do you think India should do when they win the toss, and is Sanju getting a chance to bat?
See, if India win the toss, absolutely keeping everything in mind, you need to be batting. It's a T20 tournament and your batters actually haven't had that much time out in the middle. The first game you needed to chase under 100.
60.
60 odd. You got there in no time whatsoever. The second match also, I mean, look, people will say that they lost 3 wickets, but again, they were only chasing like 130 odd. That was about it. That's not much in a T20 game, and they were done with it in like 14, 15 overs. So you've really not had much time to bat, considering the quality of Oman. And again, this is no disrespect, but obviously there's levels here, and India are operating at the top of the world. Oman definitely several notches below. If I'm Suryakumar, I 110% look to bat. Will Sanju get a game, or will Sanju get a chance to bat? See, that's $1 million question, because a lot of people were saying, why is it that you're keeping Sanju till so low? I say, do you know Gambhir, the coach? He loves left hand, or left, right. Left, right is the way to go. So unless you get 2 right-handers out, so that means Gill and Sky. That's the only way you're getting to see Sanju bat at 5 or 6. Otherwise, no. Because again, if you remember the last time around, why is it that Dube came in later on? It's because you lost a left-hander in Tilak. Simple. There's no other logic to it. There's no conspiracy here or some sort of this thing that, we won't give Sanju a chance to bat. No, it's very simple. Left, right. And if you go by the 3 or the 4 left-handers, the 4 right-handers, then Gill obviously is at the top. Second right-hander then would be Sky. Sanju would be the 3rd. So that just is the unfortunate reality of the way things are right now. Of course, given the circumstance, he may even be a 4th, considering Hardik is the other batter who you could say that, if you have to finish a game, why not send Hardik?
Exactly. So it depends on the mood. I mean, it depends upon the conditions. I think initially in Abu Dhabi, whatever I have seen is chasing becomes easier.
Yeah.
Chasing becomes easier in Abu Dhabi. So yes, I would be tempted to bowl. Because what I know the pitch may not give you a 200 or a 240 or a 250 kind of a score, but I would say that your bowlers are going to win you the games here. I mean, you look at the 2 games that India have played, your bowlers have only won you the game. It's not the batters who have done it. The batters will step up, but you've got batting until number 8. Why do you have to worry about the batting? That is the situation that I'm looking at. So I would say bowl first and follow the mode of operation that you've been having from the UAE game. Get them to about 100, 120, finish the game off, because turnaround time is also pretty low. 21st, tomorrow you will be traveling to Dubai for the Pakistan game. So that is why I would say whatever it is, you already had a 5-day rest. I think 15, 16, 17, 18. 4 days.
4-day rest.
4-day rest you've had. So, now you have no rest. 19, 21, 24, 26.
Yeah, now it really is the business end of the tournament. And India, yes, they're a bit on the more hectic side, particularly next week. Because again, the Super 4 starts for them on Sunday. But after that, they've got 2 more Super 4 games and potentially a final, all crammed in the space of a day. It's Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. So it's all just 1 day gap, 1 day gap, 1 day gap.
Yeah. Because even Pakistan, 1 day gap, 1 day gap. 21, then 23. 22, by the way, is the only rest day that is there in this Asia Cup. Then 27, a day before the final, you always have a rest day in that sense to prepare for all of that. So, it's now the business end of this tournament.
Yeah, today is the last group stage match. So now you're into the Super 4 side of things. You're very much in the part where, every game now has a lot of meaning, because one loss means you're potentially staring at two must-win situations from tomorrow onwards for sure, because you're going to see Super Fours, you're going to see how it is that all these teams fare, because now the groups are meshed. It's just one big group.
Yeah,
it's one round robin.
It's like it's a derby weekend.
Yes.
Because you're having Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh, the Nagin derby. You have India, Pakistan, the no handshake derby. So yes, it's not going to be easy for all of us to digest, because see, tomorrow onwards, any result can potentially be a final result when you look at it. Because if Sri Lanka win, they are in a good position to reach the final. If India win, they are in a good position to reach the final. Then supposing Sri Lanka win tomorrow, India wins day after. 23rd, Pakistan, Sri Lanka then becomes a shootout. If Sri Lanka win that, they are one step closer to the final.
Correct.
So that is why this is a really big thing that we are looking at. So I think the situation as far as the weather is concerned, it's pretty okay. It's hot, but not that much. There is humidity though in Abu Dhabi. But India may have gotten acclimatized to those conditions. Let me make one thing clear. Dubai is miles different as far as weather is concerned, as far as Abu Dhabi is concerned. Dubai is more coastal. Abu Dhabi is slightly in, if I may add. So there will be different conditions. Pitch conditions will be different. Bounce, pace, everything will be different at this time. This is just a trailer. The trailer for your main game on 21st of September.
Yeah, I mean, see, you can see, we're reading reports that the Oman players were at the ground from about 4 o'clock local time. Bear in mind, 6:30 p.m. local is when the match is supposed to start, which is 8 o'clock Indian time, which tells you how excited they are for this match. Sadly for them, I think the excitement for this match is very one-sided, because Indian fans are already looking forward to, as you say, 21st, which is the second game against Pakistan and the start of the Super Fours, and Oman are already out of contention. So this is as dead rubber a match as is possible. Of course, for Oman, great opportunity. We always say, you want to be having these opportunities to rub shoulders with the big boys, and this is exactly what that opportunity is for them. Bear in mind, a good performance here or there, catch some attention. Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. So we are all set for the toss, and looking at it, I think there will be only one change. I think that is the only change we're looking at. No change in the bowling. No change in the batting.
Batting, I don't think so.
Yeah. So you are saying India should bat first.
I mean, in an ideal world, yes. Wouldn't surprise me if they chose to bowl first, though. Yeah. If they won the toss, of course, Oman could win the toss and then just take everything out of everyone's hands.
Yeah,
let's see how that goes.
Yep. So we are just about seconds away from the toss, and as soon as the team comes, I'll update you guys as to what is the current situation. But yeah, first time these two teams are playing against each other in the T20 match. And in the Oman versus UAE encounter, it was UAE who came out on top. So yeah, they are at the bottom half, and I think the crowd will start to filter in. Right now it's empty.
I don't expect much crowd for this match, even at the peak. Of course, you'll get some fans because everyone likes going to watch India play, but it's a match against Oman.
Yeah.
And there's nothing really at stake. Nothing at stake.
Do you think we'll see more crowd in the India-Pakistan game?
I mean, see, the last time around, the first game, we said that initially, it wasn't very filled out, but then as the game wore on, fans filled in. So it was about 90-95% full. And I expect similar crowds for the upcoming matches.
Okay, so India have won the toss, and we'll be wondering what is the update.
They've opted to bat. There we go.
Okay. India have opted to bat at the Abu Dhabi Cricket Stadium, and I think it's a good move. I think our batters also need some good luck, good form going their way heading into the clash. So yeah, quick 200, 150, 200 in that range, and bowl the opposition out cheaply.
Exactly. I mean, give the bowlers a bit of rest, because in the first two matches that we've played, the bowlers have had to bowl.
Yeah.
Of course, you got you got UAE out early. Even Pakistan didn't really cause you too much trouble in the end.
Correct.
But they've at least had more time out in the middle than the batters. And I think considering the circumstances, considering that, in the Super Fours, you still are going to be up against stronger competition. You're going to be up against Sri Lanka. Bangladesh, for all we talk about them, do have the weird ability to, kind of puts a little bit of ants in the pants sort of moments. So you are going to be seeing tougher games, and I think you'd want your batters to have a bit of a run out, because, well, let's face it, you're not going to be improving your form sitting on the bench.
Indeed. So Yes, we were looking to bat. I mean, that was the thing that Suryakumar Yadav mentioned.
Yeah, and I think, I don't think it would have changed much then, because knowing how T20 cricket usually works, usually the team players that wins the toss, the team captain rather, they opt to bowl. I assume.
So I have the team sheet with me, and drum rolls, here is the team. Suryakumar Yadav is the captain, Shubman Gill, Abhishek Sharma, Sanju Samson, Tilak Verma, Shivam Dubey, Jitesh Sharma,
Oh,
Hardik Pandya.
okay.
Wait, I think there is some kind of a thing, because see, I don't know.
See, Harshit Rana has come in, not
Harshit
Arshdeep
Rana.
Singh.
Oh my goodness, yeah. I'm just looking at it. Wait. What has gone on? I mean, okay. So, serial number, Suryakumar Yadav, Shubman Gill, Abhishek Sharma, Sanju Samson, Tilak Verma, Shivam Dubey, Hardik Pandya, Aksar Patel, Kuldeep Yadav, Arshdeep Singh, Harshit Rana. Okay.
Oh, so they've basically dropped a spinner in Varun, and they've actually rested Bumrah as well. Very interesting.
Yes.
Very interesting. So they've actually made 3 changes, technically.
Yep.
Because you've brought in Harshit.
Jitesh, Rinku, Jasprit, and Varun are your bench guys.
So 2 changes they've made. Yeah. Harshit comes in and Arshdeep. So that's a very, inexperienced sort of a bowling lineup, because you've got Harshit and Arshdeep, but you trust that they do the job against an Oman. I think that's the thought process.
So that's very, very interesting. So, yep.
But again, see, it goes back to the point you made, right? Saying that here the pacers tend to come more in handy. They've gone with 3 pacers.
3 pacers in
4
Harshit.
if you count Shivam.
Yeah. So you've got Harshit Rana, Arshdeep Singh, Hardik Pandya as your pacers, out-and-out pacers. 2 in Aksar and Kuldeep. So no Varun.
And you've got Shivam Dubey who can give you a couple of overs. Don't forget, if you find that the pitch is turning extra, then you've also got Abhishek. So a lot of bowling options within this thing. And here we have confirmation. Abhishek, Shubman to open. You've got Sanju, Sky, Tilak, Dubey, Pandya, Akshar, Harshit Rana, Arshdeep Singh, and Kuldeep Yadav. That's more in line with the kind of lineups we expect, considering you've got 3 pace options there and a 4th if you count Dubey.
Yeah.
So, because normally, under Gambhir, you were used to seeing 3 proper spinners playing, say, in the Champions Trophy. But in Champions Trophy, you had very spin-friendly conditions.
And plus, you didn't play in Abu Dhabi at all. You played in Dubai.
You played in Dubai, and you were playing during the daytime, which also added to, let's say, the pitch is disintegrating, giving you some spin advantage. So, other than that, I think this is pretty much the kind of 11 you can expect to see come the T20 World Cup, because I think you'll be playing in India. Usually we know that nowadays every ground in India has perfected the art of making flat T20 pitches.
Yeah, it'll be in February, March, where
you'll get belter wickets, let's be fair. You'll get belter wickets.
Because it's almost like the beginning of the flat wicket season.
Yes.
February onwards until May, because IPL.
Yeah, because, and not just IPL, don't forget what precedes the IPL, SMAT, Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy. So there you have the WPL. This time around, actually it's earlier, because the WPL could potentially start from January.
Yep. Because of the T20 World Cup, you have to play it in January at this point in time. So, looking at it, Jatinder Singh, the Oman captain, has said that yes, we want great opportunity to share the field with India and get a look at the mindset of it. But see, Oman cricket at this point, we have to understand that they have also gone through an upheaval. They were also not paid, I think. They were not paid, and they were not in that sense. So
there was some off-field chaos which engulfed them as well. So I think the fact that they are also getting this chance to play in a match like this definitely is, a great motivator for them, that they are going to be getting to play up against a side that are considered up there with the best in the world, and of course the defending T20 world champions as well. So good for them in that regard, that they're also getting that sort of opportunity. And also basis the pitch report that we're seeing is going to be a very good pitch, nice sprinkle of grass, dry, but you're not going to be getting too much spin. I think that's why you've seen India go with 1 less spinner.
But then if that is the case, you should drop Kuldeep. Because Varun and Aksar both don't spin the ball. They just started.
Yeah, but I think Kuldeep was also a man of the match in the last 2 games.
He's taken 7 wickets here.
You can't drop him at this point.
Yeah, he's taken 7 wickets in the 2 games. And of course, a left arm wrist spinner. Nobody in the world would ever have gotten to the wile and the brilliance of Kuldeep in that sense. He's the best left-arm spinner in the world.
Yeah, easily.
So that is why Oman will find it, how do we counter him? But I would have kept Varun for the simple bit. He bowls like a spinner, but then his variations are so subtle. He's bowling like this, which is a leg break, but oops, it's coming straight on. So what do you do?
Coming straight on, sometimes with the drift, it'll spin into you. So it is tricky to read. But again, I think if you had to drop
not
one...
a batter in that sense. So.
And neither is Kuldeep. I think it was straight up shot between, okay, we have to pick one spinner. Okay, one spinner has been good, but the other spinner has gotten you back-to-back man of the matches.
Correct.
So I think that really played in Kuldeep's favor, and good for him. I think one thing Kuldeep really struggles with and has struggled with throughout his career is getting a consistent run in this Indian team, regardless of formats.
But Varun was recently voted the number 1 T20I bowler, you benched him.
Which shows you the level, the bench strength levels you have, that you can actually afford to do that. You can do that. I mean, you can potentially even drop an Abhishek Sharma for someone and no one will bat an eyelid. Exactly. Let's say, for instance, you wanted to give Rinku some time out in the middle. You could have replaced him for Abhishek. I'm not saying like for like, but then you could have pushed someone. Exactly. You could have pushed Tilak. You could have pushed someone higher up the order and said that how? You could push the Sanju up the order and say that, yeah, you go for it now.
I mean, look at the dominance of the Indian team. Number 1 batter, Abhishek. Number 1 bowler, Varun. Number 1 all-rounder, Hardik. Number 1 team, India. Only lost 2-3 games in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, one of them came in the series to England.
One came against Zimbabwe, of all teams.
Exactly.
That was in that immediately after the T20 World Cup, that series was there. That's 2. And one more, I have to recollect. We lost to Australia. That 4-1 win after the World Cup of 2023, when I think Maxwell 100 at Barsapara.
Also, don't forget, then you lost 1 to Afghanistan, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you didn't lose to Afghanistan, double super over.
Oh God, yes, the double super over. Good God, that match.
Yeah, Bengaluru, where Rinku hit 36 runs of, I think it was Karim Jannat, if I'm not mistaken.
Karim Jannat.
Yeah, Jannat was really facing
Jannat had hell that day. Yeah.
So yeah, Oman at this point in time, they're only looking at the exposure bit, and yes, as Shane pointed out, a lot of off-field issues. Some people couldn't get paid. The board also couldn't. I think there was some recognition issues also. There was some administrative issues. Some people had left for better career opportunities because at the end of the day, they are part-time players, full-time employees or some other thing.
Yeah, exactly. They play the game at an amateur level. And I don't say amateur in terms of their skill set. I mean amateur in the sense that they're not really paid to do this. Any cricket they play, it's very much aside from their day jobs.
Yeah. So Jatinder Singh is the captain. Amir Kaleem, Hamad Mirza, Vinayak Shukla, Shah Faisal, Zikriya Islam, Aryan Bisht, Mohammad Nadeem, Shakil Ahmed, Samay Srivastav, Jiten Ramanandi. So it's a good mix of India, Pakistan when you look at it. And also there was a good thing in the UAE team. One report had come that what India-Pakistan tensions here, everybody is in the team, it's quite good in that way. So that was a quite good report. In the time of India-Pakistan tensions, one team, two teams basically have good harmony. We hope that exists, but I'm sorry, when it comes to dealing with Pakistan, they just don't have that situation to deal with them on a very, you may say, gentlemanly level, because whatever they have been doing in this Asia Cup, they will not be remembered for their cricket. They will be remembered only for their worthless stunts outside. Worthless stunts. So it is not going to be an easy situation for them.
I remember posting recently on social media, so those of you who follow me would have seen it. I said that, who said that Pakistani soap operas are banned? You've literally seen one play out over the past 3 days. And it's gone from bad to worse with all the threats, dramas, talks of twists and turns, and then things just suddenly get okay.
The one thing that was like doing the rounds today is ICC is mulling a 2-year ban on Pakistan for all the antics that's there. But although, see that player and match official area, whatever they filmed, it is not allowed. That is the one thing.
It's against the regulations. You can't be filming that. Yeah. Even journalists aren't allowed to film
exactly. Our accreditation gets revoked if we film there. So yes. I think only either the Pakistan media manager might lose his job. That is the only thing. But the team is not getting penalized over this offense.
I really feel bad for those people because, of course, the media manager, as you say, is a potential casualty. That director of cricket got thrown under the bus for no fault of his own. Like, oh, you didn't fight our cause hard enough. Like, what was he supposed to fight? You have no cause.
Yeah, see.
Like, this is taking rebel without a cause to some new heights.
I know, but see, he got undone by 3 guys, na? Mohsin Naqvi, ACC head. Mohsin Naqvi, the politician. Mohsin Naqvi, the Pakistan Cricket Board chairman. I mean, what do you do then at this point in time?
Yeah, it's a 3-pronged attack from one person.
One person. So Mohsin Naqvi, the ACC head, asks Mohsin Naqvi, the political guy. The political guy then asks both Mohsin Naqvis, what do you do? So it is a comedy of errors that's happening in Pakistan at this point in time. So
yeah, at this point, like, if you had some actual live visuals of all that happening, you could throw on some, so that you'll get this reference, some Benny Hill music.
oh yes.
Put some Benny Hill music
Benny
on it,
Hill, yeah.
and you'd absolutely have some nice level comedies to watch.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's been far from a comedy for us. I think
It's
we're
a dark comedy.
Yeah, I think we're so relieved to be here, and I know it's only India-Oman we're talking about, but it is so nice to be focused on the sporting side for a change.
I know.
I mean, I know this is going to be a one-sided match for the most part. I don't expect an upset by no stretch of the imagination, but it's nice to be focused on the sport.
Correct.
Rather than the soap opera side of things, because I know 2 days we were going crazy, then Wednesday
4
was
days.
even crazier. Yesterday wasn't really much better in that regard. So there's just been something or the other going on.
So see, today we'll be focusing on the cricket, but from tomorrow onwards and maybe even from tonight, you will get live updates from Dubai because one of our Eagles has landed apparently in Dubai.
Mm-hmm.
So we will be bringing you live updates from Dubai, as well as we'll be getting Sunil Gavaskar live on Sports Today from Dubai for us. And from now until potentially when India play the final on the 28th, we will get live updates from Dubai as and when it happens. And breaking news, lot of handshakes and embraces between Jatinder and Suryakumar.
Apparently, Jatinder also gave, some sort of a box to Sky. Very interesting. Pakistan players right now will be like...
See, it's not as if there is another meme that's going on social media. It's not as if India refuses to shake hands with everybody.
Exactly.
You have to be worthy of it. That's what they have captioned. You have to be worthy of it. See, for example, we felt that kind of India crossed the line when they didn't shake hands with Ben Stokes at Manchester.
Yeah.
I thought, you could have done it. I mean, what was...
Yeah, I was okay with them not shaking hands to, let's say, stop the match. Fine. That you're well within your rights to get your 100. But thereafter, you can still be sporting about it. Yeah. And actually, if you look at it, I think even the Indian players realized that was perhaps a little bit sour grapes, because come the 5th test, they were singing a very different tune.
Correct.
Because afterwards, then both teams were just very effusive, saying that, it's been hard fought but fair. But not shaking hands in the 4th test was a step too far.
Yeah. And that is why, again, let us look at the context. For example, England-New Zealand 2008, when Grant Elliott, he got tackled by Ryan Sidebottom.
And they didn't withdraw the
Collingwood didn't withdraw the appeal. When New Zealand won that game, they flat out refused to shake Collingwood and the England players' hands.
And see, that I still understand. Because again, that is technically you can say England did nothing wrong, but a lot of teams withdraw appeals there. So I think within the sporting spirit kind of thing, I can understand why they would feel aggrieved. I was
very surprised by New Zealand. I mean, Collingwood was well within his rights. I mean, what happened was no one was watching each other. The ball went suddenly part. I mean, Sidebottom's a massive guy.
Yeah, I mean, he was a big lad, nice wavy hair he had. He was a bit of a figure.
Yeah, he would be your ultimate rugby forward. Yeah. He was that build. And Grant Elliott, I mean, looks skinny, but he's also powerful.
Packed a punch.
Yeah, he packs a punch.
Just ask South Africa.
Yeah, he did. So that's why, depending upon the context, depending upon the situation, you shake hands. There is nothing about the spirit of the game in that sense. But yes, the preamble says in the ICC spirit of the game thing, you have to congratulate your team irrespective of the result. Now, that's a grey area.
Yeah. But again, what's also a grey area is that technically it's a preamble, so it's not really an enforcement of the rules as such.
Yes.
So, in that sense, you can't really say that they really broke any, rules in that regard. So, in that sense, yeah, it's a grey area. And I do also understand that people would be aggrieved. But you also have to remember, looking at it from this way, it's not about the sporting side of things anymore.
Yeah.
The reason they're not doing it, you have to understand as much as anything else, is to also kind of send a message not only to Pakistan, but also a lot of their own country people who have not been happy at the fact that you're even playing these matches. It's much bigger than the sport. So you have to look at it from that context. And the fact that they actually chose to raise such a hue and cry about it, I was surprised. Right?
Indeed. So yes, fastest 100 loading for Abhishek. That's what Sarat Chandra is saying. Do you think today is the day when you may see a fastest 100?
I won't be surprised.
Yeah.
This is Oman we're talking about. You do get good batting conditions in Abu Dhabi. So,
yeah. Although the starting, when you look at it, I once, for a minute, I thought there was a partition. You look at the angle, how it is.
I get your point. Yes.
I thought there was a partition. So, that's how the studio is made, apparently. The camera angle is such that it'll... Yeah, but I don't know. See, let's not take the Oman players lightly. Sure, if Abhishek scores 100 of, say, how much is it? 30 balls. I think it's the fastest. If we get sort of 25, 28 balls, okay, we have a new video to do. That's the only
we have some content from this match. Yes.
Yeah. And Dilan Pereira joins us from Sri Lanka. He says Annahare in Sinhala means that's right. Yeah. A lot of times the wicket keeper says Annahari macha in that sense. So
exactly.
And
just go down slightly.
Yeah. Yes. So okay. Yeah, I mean, Anshu Mishra, Namo, Sri Lanka Mata is the longest among test playing nation. I think it's Bangladesh. Amar Shonar Bangla is, I think, close to the Sri Lankan national anthem as far as timing is concerned. That's why Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, no offense to them, when the match is about to begin, they come 7 minutes before the match starts. Because the national anthems themselves take so much time in that sense.
In fact, as African Awesome rightly points out, pretty something interesting is that, he expects that India could very well break the highest first innings total in Abu Dhabi, which is, by the way, 225 is not a small amount. Yeah. But you also have to remember that, yes, these pitches do generally tend to play a lot better. So, I mean, if someone gets in song, wouldn't really surprise me if it happened.
Could be. Yeah, that might happen. So, 225, then if Abhishek gets a fastest 100, you're comfortably sailing past 225 then.
Yeah.
It'll be 250, 270 in that sense.
Yeah, because the amount of batting you have, even if one of the batters fails, you're absolutely good to go in terms of, others making up for that sort of this thing. The shortfall won't be a lot, if at all.
Sarat Chandra says, even in T20 World Cup 2021, around this time, Abu Dhabi produced good pitches and high-scoring ones.
He's right. I mean, the only low-scoring match I remember really was the India-Pak one, and that also was because India lost 3 wickets in 2 overs.
But that was in Dubai.
Yeah, that was also Dubai. Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think the only low-scoring game that I could think of in that T20 World Cup, which was in Abu Dhabi, I think it was Australia-South Africa. I think that was the only low-scoring game that was there in that particular tournament. So
also worth remembering that, there is also the dew does tend to kick in a little strong in Abu Dhabi. So that also tends to make chasing much easier because you will, of course, get, the dew factor will make the pitch easier. Although I don't expect that to be much of a factor here.
So that is the thing. India had played only one T20 before in Abu Dhabi. And India may break it today. 174 is the highest recorded chase here so far. I think that happened in the last game.
Yeah. Also, I agree with what Sarat Chandra says that, having to read their comments in between their chats is a little bit of a task. Yes, we are actually getting a little pagal. I do agree with you there. Nationally, yes, very good. Please laugh.
Exactly. So, yeah, your chats and all, it is making it tough here.
But but I will say it's at least a nice motivating factor knowing that we have people around to at least, watch this match along with us. Because, again, you're not expecting much from an entertainment standpoint. Even if, someone gets big runs or anything, I think it's more a case of just them getting good practice and nothing else.
Correct. And you're not expecting anything much from India-Pakistan also. Let's make it clear. Because, see, the off-field drama will only be the most entertaining bit.
Off-field drama is great. Nothing like it. You can't script it.
Exactly.
Like they give WWE writers a run for their money, bro.
I know. But WWE is scripted. These guys are doing without a script.
I'm saying they give WWE script writers a run for their money, saying because even the WWE writers would watch some of this and be like, oh my god, what's going to happen next?
Vince Russo, take note.
Yes. Swerve, bro. Swerve.
Yeah, so that is the situation that we are getting. Yeah.
Well, look at that pitch. It is. Ooh, it's hard. That is actually going to be a very nice batting pitch.
Yeah.
See, even the few patches of grass you see don't look like the kind of grass that will cause any movement or bounce. It's just there to hold it together. So I'm not expecting much from that pitch. It looks like a very, very good batting friendly.
Yeah, they were saying Surya is trying to copy Rohit as far as the cool quotient is concerned.
Yeah, apparently, during the this thing also, when he was asked about the team changes, he said that Harshit comes in and one more I don't remember. So he's saying, I'm also becoming like Rohit now. Rohit, you'd remember.
Yeah.
All that going on.
He would become Sunil Shetty of Yeda Anna fame in Deewane Hue Pagal.
All the woes and is going on.
Deewane Hue Pagal. Avara
Pagal Deewane, not Deewane Hue Pagal.
Same sounding names, same actors were there.
And similar kind of acting also in some ways.
Similar kind of acting, but yes. So that is the current situation. 35, I think it's a 35 ball, I think is the fastest.
Yes, you're right. 35 balls is the quickest.
Really? I thought in this era, no one's hit a 50 fast. Oh, yeah, that's a 100 that he hit in the IPL, Chris Gayle.
Yeah.
100 of 30 balls, 175 of 66. So
oh, God, yeah. What was that? Pune Warriors, was it?
Yeah. Sara Pune Warriors. And, Sarchana, do you watch football? Is there your favorite footballer and team? And essence, my second favorite animal in India. So melodious.
And so long.
Yeah, it is. I don't watch that much of a football. See, I'm not a club football guy. I'm a FIFA World Cup
guy. He's a World Cup to World Cup, Euro to Euro, Copa America and a hopper. So he watches internationals more. He's a rare football fan. Most of them don't really care much for internationals.
Yeah, because there is a legacy behind. We got, correct me if I'm wrong, Premier League and all over these European sporting leagues, we got to know only in the mid-90s.
Yeah, so Premier League only started in 90, but then usually football as a sport is always followed more league-based. So you'd follow your own teams. And of course, the Premier League may have started in 1990, but the Football League started in the 1900s. So actually, if you look at the legacy, it goes back more than a century. It predates the FIFA World Cup. So
1930.
Yeah, 1930 was the first FIFA World Cup. So that's why leagues play more of an important part. But I think there's no right or wrong way to watch any sport.
Yeah. So I don't see that much. My favorite footballer at this point in time, if I had to look at who's the best footballer for me, I think it's Lamine Yamal.
That kid is something. I just really hope he doesn't go his idol Neymar's way.
We might have a dream finalisma. Spain versus Argentina, Lamine Yamal versus Lionel Messi one last time. The teacher and the student in that sense. And,
let's say there's some more comments coming in. GGK sir.
My team.
Do you have an international team? You don't.
Okay, in that sense, if you look at it in the Messi-Ronaldo debate, I'm more tilted to Lionel Messi.
Good choice.
Yeah.
Sorry, Harshit.
Anshu Mishra Shane said today's SSC GGL in exam 2 questions on sports. One was size of basketball.
I correctly
marked it as 40.
14, yeah.
Okay.
40 centimeters, I'm guessing. Yeah. GGK, the hope springs eternal from our resident Sanju fan. He says that he hope he opens or is at 3, then we will surely score 300 plus. Yeah, come on. I know England recently did it, but
300, they just blasted in 304 for 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but then again, if you have Phil Salt in your as in your opener, anything is possible. I'm very surprised that KKR, even that title-winning year 24, didn't surpass it, considering you had multiple matches where Narayan was scoring hundreds. I think if one match both of them had to stick, you would have actually crossed 300.
Salt is now part of 2 IPL winning teams.
Yes.
RCB and KKR.
You know which is the only team he's played for where he hasn't won a title? Delhi Capitals.
Delhi Capitals, obviously.
Because of course, yeah. So 300 plus. If Abhishek goes berserk, 100 of 30, then you are getting to 300. And you are seeing some more fans entering now, by the way. There are at least smatterings of fans that are there and thereabouts, which again doesn't really shock you. UAE does have a significant Indian diaspora.
And there will be a lot more Sanju fans because most of them are from Kerala. When you look at the diaspora in the UAE. So
that is correct. Do we have any more comments we can take? Because some more are rolling in now, just like the fans are rolling in.
Yeah.
They are. Let's see.
Yep. Because that's what freaking awesome's saying. Before England scoring 300, not even 200 plus has been scored in Manchester in T20As.
Exactly, that's the thing. It's
changed the nature of the wicket completely.
That's another debate, which is for another time. Anshu Mishra is asking that can Indian football team do they have a chance to qualify for the FIFA World Cup? I mean, look, I used to think it may happen when I turned much older. The more I see it, the more I say probably not in my lifetime.
Only if you host it by a miracle.
To do that also you need money, yeah? That's the problem. That's the other problem. So in that sense, I'm not really sure. I mean, something could change a lot, and you have to also remember that come 2026, you're having an even more expanded tournament. So you've gone from 32 teams to 48 teams. So that does help. Asia does get a few extra spots, but you need to raise your level significantly in a decade to have a chance.
You're in 2030, you'll be playing across potentially 6.
Oh Lord, I don't know what FIFA are thinking.
I mean, you're playing in Europe, you're playing in Africa, you're also going to be playing in South America. And you've excluded the original hosts.
Uruguay.
Argentina is hosting one, Paraguay is hosting one.
And Morocco.
No, 3 countries in South America and 3 countries in Europe and Africa. Portugal, Spain, Morocco. Argentina, Bolivia and Paraguay, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, why would you not give it to Uruguay if you're really celebrating the centenary? The first ever World Cup was hosted in Uruguay, and with good reason. Uruguay, and for those of you who don't know, Uruguay was selected as the host not by some random chance. It is because in the 1928 Olympics, they had won the gold medal in football. And back then, before the existence of a World Cup, footballers competed in the Olympics. It was like normal. Like now you have these weird rules, right? That it's basically an under-23s tournament. Correct. And only 3 players over that age are allowed. Back then, people would send full-strength teams to the Olympics. Yeah. So, them winning an Olympics in 28 was as good as them winning a modern-day World Cup. So, they won that and then got the hosting rights. You could have given it. I know Uruguay of 2025, 2030 isn't at the same level, but they're still a decent side. You could have given it to them. Why not?
I know. So, that's why. So do you guys, Siddharth is saying, do you guys feel Sydney McLaughlin is now the greatest women track athlete of all time, or Shelley still?
It's close. It's very close.
It's very close.
I can't really make a definitive judgment at this point, but it's close.
Yeah, but I come from the time when I used to really admire the skills of Jackie Joyner Kersey. I mean, she was there. Plus, you also look at Katie Freeman. She was also a brilliant athlete from Australia at this point. So, yep. And that is the thing. And if Sanju GGK is saying, if Sanju joins KKR will have highest fan base, even more than CSK, MI or RCB.
I mean, he will add a significant amount because Sanju fans are very passionate.
Very passionate.
Very, very passionate indeed. GGK being one of them.
Yeah. So, comments are done. What do you think? What will be the score and result? We know what is going to happen.
I'm not even going to bother predicting the result. I think score, India get to about 210 and win.
Yeah. 210. Oh. And is Abhishek scoring big?
Maybe not 100, but I think he'll have one of his games. So he'll be quick fire and just, very entertaining as long as he's there.
That's a tough one. I will say India are making the highest score today, 230.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think it is Abhishek's day. I think he is scoring a very quick 100. Or my ultimate curse, he could be out first ball. I really don't. Because see, early movement is there for the bowlers. And you looked at it in the first innings of both Sri Lanka and Afghanistan at the same venue. There was movement on offer. So that is why I'll reserve the thing, but then I would say 230 Abhishek.
I mean, we have seen Abhishek struggle if there's early movement.
Yeah.
2024 final, anyone?
Yep. And why is everybody asking me about SP Balasubramaniam?
That's only Anshu.
Yeah. Listen to him in Tamil. I loved his many Hindi songs. His voice of Salman Khan, Udit Narayan, Kumar Sanu. Yes, he was. From Maine Pyar Kiya, Hum Aapke Kaun. He was all there. Yeah, Sajan, of course, the cult movie that is there. I kind of liked him, but he was not a classical singer in that sense. He was
popular.
He was very popular. I mean, yes. I liked SP Balasubramaniam. There are very, very memorable songs of him, but his death was a sad chapter that happened. So, yep. We'll be back then for the mid-innings. Let's see how much India rack up on the board. 200 plus or all egg on our faces, maybe less than 200. Maybe the pitch is not that easy then. So
Let's see.
big game even for Shubman, because he has, after that failure against Pakistan again, how can Shubman Gill be in the T20I squad?
Yeah, I think he's always one bad performance away from being questioned.
Yeah. He'll now be feeling like KL Rahul. One bad performance. And by the way, have you gotten over your KL Rahul bit when the time you were away from here?
No.
No?
I was dreading it. I was sweating bullets when KKR were bidding heavy for him in the auction. I was so glad DC took that away from us. Never been happier.
But he performed well though.
Yeah, but I think the thing was that at DC, I think he also performed well because he didn't have the burden of captaincy expectations on him. I have a sneaking suspicion if he came to KKR, he'd 110% been made the captain. That would have been a whole thing for 3 years. My God.
Anyway, so we'll be back for the mid-innings. Let's see. Enjoy the game, and we'll be back with more videos from the world of sports. Don't forget to check that out. Like, share, and subscribe on Sports Today. Join us at 9:40, hopefully 9:40 p.m. IST.
Bye-bye.
For the mid-innings. Bye-bye.